Welcome guys, I'm doing a recording for the FTMO account. You can see that I'm using, this is the paid service where it's the first part of the process. Just entered two trades here because the market's moving directionally. This is on the 15-minute for the pound Aussie, and I'm just going to go ahead here and take you to the pound Aussie and what I used to get involved with the trade. Obviously I haven't entered here on NinjaTrader, but this is what I used. Pullback, move to the downside. Why did I enter in on that? Well, because on the 60-minute we have a big breakout pattern. That breakout pattern is right here and it's just about to hit that 127 fib, so I'm going to go back. Oh, look at that, we spiked the take profit line for just over $1,000. We're going to give this a minute, guys. Using the 5 range to get involved with the trade, I'm going to go ahead here and move to break even as well, like that. So this is a free trade now. Took a trade on this earlier, had a small loss. Have just got involved with the Euro CAD as well. We're going to take a quick look at the Euro CAD. You can see that I'm in it there again, using the 5 range for this one. So going back to NinjaTrader. Nope, that's Euro Yen, Euro CAD. Okay guys, here is the, well, in fact before we do that, 60-minute. Let's look at the 60-minute. Very, very directional here, guys. Drop down to the 5 range. This type of movement is perfect for the 5 range trading. And we look at the trend, we enter in, and then we play for those targets. Just got to wait for the 5 range to come back up. Come on, pound Aussie, don't let me down. Don't pull back. Okay, Euro CAD. So range bar trading, new high, pull back, new high, pull back, new high, pull back, new high, pull back. Looking for those new highs. Targets are up here. The reason they're up there was because of that structure level. Stops are behind this structure zone just here, because this was the outside return. So let's just go back to this point. You can see that that trade's now gone into arrears as a result of that, but we're still holding for the pound Aussie. Okay guys, just resuming it because we're coming back down to targets on that trade, but it is looking like it's going to provide me another entry for the Euro CAD. I'm just going to wait for another higher high, higher close here. Then I'll put stops and targets in the same place. Range bar trading is very quick, guys. I can only monitor a few of them at a time. There we go. There's my entry for that. Buy at market. Okay. So I am now involved with another position here now on the Euro CAD. I do need stops in place here, so stop is going to be in the same spot, which is going to be 152.74, 152.74, and we're going to be looking for targets in the same spot as well. 151.53. Oh, wrong thing, guys. Okay, 5274. Modify order. Okay, guys. See, really rolling here now on this trade, moving that to break even for the pound Aussie on the 5 range. We can see that the Euro CAD has gone back in. Come on, take. I need this pound Aussie to take. Okay, for whatever reason there it didn't take, guys, so I've manually gone in and done it. Let's swap over to the Euro CAD, which as you can see is here and is rallying. Let's go to the 5 range on this one. You can see here now that we're making our way higher. Just want to double check my stop placement here. It should be 5 pips under there, so it should be 52.72, 52.72, 52.72. That's about right. 52.72. Both fives. 52.72. Okay, so everything's fine here. We're simply now waiting for this to rally up and potentially hit those targets. You can see the account balance now. I did take a full position this morning, a full 1% of the account. These have only been 0.5% of the accounts. The balance is 100,568, so we are in profit at the moment, depending how this trade goes. We're just simply going to monitor it, just double checking the stop again. I want to be 52.73s, 52.74s, that's fine. Heading in the right direction now. I'm just going to check on a couple of the other currency pairs. Euro yen moving directionally, pound CAD is, pound Aussie hit, Aussie dollar CAD moving directionally, no pullbacks as yet though. While we're waiting, guys, let's go on to this is what interests me, the Forex factory calendar and trading view, excuse me. So go and take a look at the Euro New Zealand for a potential low and tight flag. Euro New Zealand for a potential low and tight flag. Euro New Zealand. When the markets are moving like this, guys, you have to be very quick to catch them. It's very rare I trade this aggressively, but when I say aggressive, I mean simply this quick, because the market is really, really moving. I do need to keep an eye on that trade, which is rallying quite nicely. Let's take a look at it. Must be getting close to those targets. Go to the hourly, zoom in. Okay, let's go back to Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand does interest me for what is potentially a low and tight flag, and I may just have got my entry right now. And this is what interests me. Directional move, pullback, very directional move. The market could be adhering to a low and tight flag, or it could be a double bottom. Let's double check. So 2 structure levels in, one there, one there. Let's look left for this structure. Now I do know that there's a zone here, but is it good enough for a double bottom? That is the question. Here, 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 here. It is a zone. Let's just go to the 60 because we've just had an entry signal on it. No, we've not. Thought we did, but if you guys can see it, I'm looking at this doji. If we get a 3-bar reversal here, this will be a strong sign to me that we will see at least a small push down and relatively tight stops on a move like this. So I need to wait another hour for that one, and we will see whether or not we can get this into a low and tight flag. We'll also check the 15, see if there's anything like a rotation pattern up here. See this right here, double top. These are signs that this could be a rotation pattern, is when we start seeing things like double tops and double bottoms. Just going to check the 5 minute. Seeing a lot of wicks here. There's obviously some resistance. 5-minute double top right there. Look at that. Comes right in at that level. Has it been confirmed, that double top? It has. We've had a break below, close below. Is the RSI confirmation there? No, it is not. We're not overbought here, so I can't enter in on that. I'm simply going to wait for the hourly to close and see if we get that 3-bar reversal. See how our trade is doing. Boom, that trade has hit targets. Equity now is 101,800. Just to take you back to Ninja and show you that trade. Boom, that hit. Let's not waste all this momentum that is happening within the markets. We've just made $1,800 in about 15 minutes. My wife has just looked at me and said, why was you not in them for real? Well, this is, again, just to clarify, for the FTMO account that I've prepaid for. So this is the first section. So in one respect, I'm being aggressive here. In another sense, I'm not. I'm simply using trend continuation techniques and breakout techniques. So let's carry on with looking at the currency pairs. Pound Aussie. Oh, a very small pull back there on the Aussie dollar. CAD. Pound CAD. Okay, pound CAD could be interesting. This video may be an hour long. It may not. Just depends what else is in the market. Make sure the old back is charging. Okay, very directional here. No psychological number. There is some internal structure right here which we could be hitting, but ultimately the way the market is moving, I think we could get up to that. 15, not overbought, still moving directionally. Let's go to the 5. Yep, moving directionally, like the look of that. We just broke above this structure level. Right, going to keep an eye out for this structure level just here, guys. May give us some form of an entry. Going to set an alert for that one. And you do need to keep a close eye on these because they do move extremely quickly. Right, let's go back and continue looking then on trading view. Euro dollar, I know that's been moving like a bat out of hell. Directional, directional, directional. 5 minutes, check it out. Okay, look how directional this is. Let's go and open up a new chart. Sorry guys, I've got a million things going around in my head at the same time. And it's really difficult to do just more than one thing. Euro dollar. Let's take a look at this. Boom, just look at that rally. 5 range, let's get straight on it. First thing I do notice here on the dailies though, big back pattern. Getting up to the entry on that, which is going to be higher up. Very, very small pullbacks here, guys. Look at this. Potential, potential, potential. It's just moving so directional. Potential. Very small outside return here. Let's see if the market pulls back to that area and we'll take a look at the 60. See what's going on here. Nice strong close on the 60. 240. 886 is here for that back pattern. I'm going to want to be just before it for potentially targets. No, just before that psychological number as well. Looking left, we do have an area of structure here as well. So this could be an opportunity. Very minor pullback these, so this could be a this could be an opportunity, but what would the reward to risk be? Well, it would be very nice. This for something like that. I just want to show you the pace at which everything moves here, guys. Full ATR under there is 5 pips, going to give it a few extra. Probably we're looking at 19 for roughly 49 if we get it. So let's go ahead and get the euro dollar ready just in case. Should really put these in order. Euro dollar. Oh. Euro dollar is in place. 5-minute retracement. Let's wait and see. If it's 19 pips, then I'm going to want to put a position size on of 0.5%. Okay, welcome back everybody. Throughout this I've been implementing risk management, so where appropriate reducing down the risk on these trades and ensuring that even though I've increased the position size, I've done it every time that is offered extra confirmation. So you can see the balance is anywhere between 6 and 6,500 now. Considerable amount considering I was only playing with 0.25% and building it up. Now, one thing that has changed since the last video is the euro pound. I got stopped out for about $500. This was it. So we rallied all the way up 26.18. This was my target, and I was thinking, why the heck are we channeling like this? And as I was coming back down to break even, I noticed this area just here. Recent structure for me is the one that usually gets hit, and it was this one, so we fell just short. So I got stopped out there for about 500, which was a real shame because I was able to build up on that position size. Okay, 6-2 the position. Okay, so let's move across to the euro dollar. Again, I'm using Ninja Trader here because I did all my working out on Ninja and just placed it with MT4. Double bottom. Hopefully we're going to get a confirmed break above close above here. If we do, I'll be able to scale into that position again. Moving across to the dollar CAD. This fall away that we're seeing is absolutely beautiful. Multiple, I think I got involved 3 different times here with 0.25% and just scaled in every single time using all the time frames. Waiting for this double bottom here to break above this area. If it does, I'll scale into the euro yen. And we're getting pretty close to targets now on the pound Swiss. Initial targets, let's go across to here. Balance is 6,500. My actual balance is 98,300. As I say, I took one loss earlier, then I had to take a loss on the euro pound, which came really close to targets. Equity is 105,000, so it would be nice to get this hit. I have got some positions holding for the extension on this trade, which is the pound Swissy. And I'm just going to go back to that and take a look. Pound Swissy, pound Swissy. Okay, let's go out to the 240 and why I'm just looking for that extension. I'll have to go out to the dailies, and you'll have to follow me on this one if you can. Quite simply, the highs on the dailies are here. They have not been tested. Okay, they have not been tested, so I believe even though there's a 3-bar reversal there, we can still get up to that zone. So what happened is, obviously we have not violated this level as yet, but when it provided a very small amount of risk, I had something like a 4-1 maybe, can't quite remember on this trade. I quite simply just kept going down the time frames, and we're getting close to that. What was the risk on this trade? I got involved down here, so it was something like that for this, but then obviously the extension is going to be a little bit further as well. Let's just go back to this 6,500 now. See if we can rally up there and get those targets. It would be really nice to do so. Struggling to get the break above close above on this one, but again implemented risk management on this one, reduced down the risk. Got a beautiful break on the dollar CAD, I'm now out of the euro pound as mentioned, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. And the euro dollar, just waiting for the breakout there as well. Let's go back to here. Still not quite there on the pound Swissy. We'll come back and see if it hits. I'm playing for the highs because this is trend continuation for me. So welcome back, guys, and just to show you now that we have hit first targets on the pound Swissy, so I've gone ahead here and moved to break even. Yep, I've gone ahead here and moved to break even, just waiting for those secondary targets to get hit. Secondary targets are at this line. Hey guys, just resuming the video. I may exit here because we're getting close to FOMC, and I have the euro yen and the euro dollar seem to be playing up a little bit. We're not getting the confirmed break above close above, and that worries me, particularly since we're so close to the FOMC. So I'm just going to monitor this for another minute or two, and then I may manually exit because in 15 minutes the FOMC is out. Okay guys, we're back. Very disappointing, but that's what you get for trading on a Friday for the FOMC. I had to manually exit the trade for the euro dollar. 1 second. Getting close to these targets now. Let me just go back here so that you can see it. Pound Swissy. Just drop down to the 15 here. So you're getting very close to the targets here now for the pound Swissy. I'm just going to see if we can catch this hitting. I have moved to break even to protect the position. Let me just go back to this. Yeah, this double bottom unfortunately never got confirmed, and the next 15-minute candle will be at 1:30, which is FOMC, and I don't want to hold it. So this is the very large breakout pattern. I'm in this around it offered around 4 different entries. Targets are down at this 127 down here, so if we get that, that will be a considerable amount if we just rally down. If not, if we turn around and hit some of my stop losses, well, I'll be stopped out on those. Yeah, and then euro yen as well. Didn't get the confirmed double bottom, and again can't wait for the extra 15 minutes here. So close both of those out for pretty much break even. Swissy getting very, very close, but not quite there yet. You can see that. If this hits, this will just leave me the one trade, which will be the dollar CAD. I will then go ahead and reduce down the risk. In fact, I will do that now, ready for the FOMC. Because I've entered in multiple positions, just look at the state of that. It certainly looks a mess, and I have to match them up with each other. So I'll be implementing risk management here during the FOMC for the dollar CAD, apart from the main trade. And as you see the stop up here, this is the ideal place to have your stop. But because it offered lots of lower time frame entries, then that's why I was able to get involved, and it's those lower time entries that I want to reduce the risk on now, just in case we do spike up and stop me out. Okay, welcome back. The second part of that trade hit for the pound Swissy. It did rally on up there to hit, so that money is now banked. So the only trade I have outstanding is the one that I mentioned, which is this one. So what I've done here now, because of the FOMC, now the FOMC used to jump up and down, back and forth like a yo-yo. For the last 2 years or so, it hasn't done that. It's moved more directional. So what I've done here is these are in order from the very top, which is this one, which was the first one. Sorry, the other way around. The very bottom one is the first one that I got involved with, then the second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. So what that means is that this one was the last one to get in, and so has the highest risk, if you understand me. So on each of these, you can see the price here. I've moved the stop loss to break even, break even, break even, break even. The only one that is not at break even is this bottom one. That's because that one has the stop in the most appropriate place, which is up here. All the targets have been changed to 13400 flat, which is here. And just to show you that on Ninja, okay, I'm playing this low and tight flag. Targets are 133.90. I'm front running by 10 pips at that 13400 psychological number. So worst case scenario is if we rally the other way, I will be stopped out for break even on all the trades apart from this one. If we do just continue to rally down, then we may bank something like 6 grand on this. As they stand, the bulk of these are now free trades. 5 minutes to go till the FOMC. Okay, welcome back guys to the last part of the video. Hopefully the last part. FOMC is due out anytime now. You can see we are starting to get a little bit of movement here. I think what I'll do is just drop down to maybe the 15 so that we can see this. Oh, we see the jump. No, let me go back to the 4. There we go, rallying down now. Balance 4.8. Nice push lower here. I will almost, I may almost hit the 10% return here in one day. By trading no more than 0.25% of the account. I am front running these orders, so it is really important here guys that I do not sabotage the trade. We have to give this time. Balance is 5.6. Boom. Nice. Okay, targets hit on the low and tight flag, multiple positions. The equity and the balance now is 108,529. It was on 99,000 at the beginning of the day. Now, what did I do? Well, just to clarify, I did not put in big positions of 1%, 2%, 3%. There was nothing like that at all. It was 0.25% on trades that had sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 reward to risks, and then as it gave more confirmation I scaled into those positions, and this dollar CAD allowed me to get in 4 or 5 positions, because if you ever watch the educational material on my website freeforexeducation.co.uk, I specifically talk about breakout patterns and why they're called breakout patterns, and this is that exact reason. Just here, this big bearish candle inside of it, it offered me 3 or 4 opportunities to get involved with those lower time frame trend continuation trades, and all of them played out. Fantastic day of trading. I am now done for the week.